In this lesson, we're going to do homework help on lesson 7.9. And this dealt with special products. Well, if we take a binomial and square it, we get this first term squared, a squared. Multiply these two terms together and then double it, and then square this term. And whatever sign is here is the middle sign here. And then this is plus and that is plus. This is a perfect square trinomial. So when we're factoring special products, we might look for that. Another one was if we had the difference of perfect squares, a squared minus b squared, that factors into its conjugates, a plus b, a minus b. So you take the square root of that, that's a, the square root of that, that's b, and that's in both parentheses. It's just one's positive and one's negative. When you multiply conjugates, the middle terms cancel out, and you end up with the difference of perfect squares. So as we study this first example, we see 9 is a perfect square, 16x squared is a perfect square. So this will factor into its conjugates. Again, after inspection, this will be 3 and 3, and then 4x and 4x, and 1 is a plus, and 1 is a minus. And that's this particular question. And there is the answer submitted. All right, let's go on to our next example. We'll clear this up. Now, as you inspect this, you see we have a perfect square and a perfect square. But this is the sum of perfect squares. The sum of perfect squares does not factor. It's only the difference of perfect squares. So you would click on this dot. This is not a special factorization. Submit your answer, and that is good. Now, as we look at this one, we see that this is a perfect square, this is a perfect square, and this would factor into its conjugates. Again, take the square root of that, which is 4y, put that in these positions, and then this is 3x, and then 1 will be plus and 1 will be minus. We submit that, and we have that one correct. All right, let's go on. Now, once again, this is the sum of perfect squares. That doesn't factor. So this is not a special factorization. Now, as we look at this, this looks like the difference of something. But remember, you always have to take out the greatest common factor first, which is a 2. Then you're left with 1 minus 9x squared. Now you have the difference of perfect squares. So the factorization of this would be putting the 2 outside, then your conjugates, 1 plus 3x, 1 minus 3x. Remembering inspection to figure out your strategy, your protocol, is always an important step. And we submit it, and we have that right. Let's go on. Almost finished. Our bar is almost complete. Now this one again is the difference of perfect squares, and we'll factor into its conjugates. Now notice it's x to the fourth, so this is going to be 3x squared. 3x squared. One is plus, one is minus, and then the square root of this is 4y. And be careful of your exponents. So winding this up, we submit our answer and we have completed the practice, hopefully helpful in factoring the special product where we have the difference of perfect squares.